What's up, folks? Sean, the average angler, and we are back in the office. It's been a while. Work has been crazy. But today we're making time. So, as many of you know, this week I'm heading to Clear Lake in a couple more days and going to do some fall fishing. Temperatures have been up and down here, up to 100, lows in the 50s. Typical early fall for us. So I've gone over my bait choices for October, September, and all that kind of stuff. And now we're going to go over some other things that I have rigged up, because let me tell you, when I go out this time of year, I've got a bunch of stuff rigged. There is no shortage of things. And look, not everything's going to play. You just want to be prepared for it. And as the days go by, we may be able to make some adjustments, get some things out of the boat so that it doesn't weigh 5,000 pounds like it does right now, and dial that bite in. So today we're going to go over one of those baits that, man, when this thing's on, it's on. And it's just one of those things that you got to give a shot. They're a lot of fun to fish, and probably underutilized by the majority of the country. And I think it's probably a little early for this, but hey, if they're keyed on bait, that's really all it's necessary. So, all right, I am going to throw this on a 744 Irod Quercus, the Bass Warrior Workhorse. Okay, it's just a great all-around rod for so many things. 20-pound test, 20 to 25, really. But I'm going to go with 20. I fish Sunline FC Sniper. If I go down to shooter, I may throw 18 because that's what I have. Anyway, that bait is the Flutter spoon, okay? And this is a sexy shad nickels. I believe that is 5-6 inch, something like that. This is a size I like to throw. Plenty of weight, plenty of presence, lots of flash. The other color I really like is shattered glass, but you can see there's lots of refraction from this one. Really very easy to fish. I cast this out. I leave it on slack line, spool open while it falls. You do need to pay attention because on occasion they will eat it on that first drop. But typically you let it fall to the bottom, rip it up off the bottom, let it flutter back down. You want to follow it with your rod tip so that you can feel. Generally, they'll hit this thing pretty hard. Sometimes you can do a double pop, 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 and just figure out how the fish want it. You can work it back to the boat. Where am I going to throw it? Wherever I see fish. Dumb answer, I know. It's the logical one, and it's the truth. Okay, I'm not just going to go out and cover water throwing a spoon. It's going to be places where I've marked fish. Where's that I'm expecting? Around rock piles, around points. Sometimes depressions or holes can hold a group of fish also and are often underutilized. But they can trap fish in those holes. I've had some really good days on holes. Now, this is a little bit more of an open water technique, not so much target-oriented as far as docks and that. Not to say you can't. And if I see docks and can't figure it, loaded with fish, and I can't figure out how to catch them, I may sling a spoon up in there just to see. You never know what might trigger the fish to bite. And remember, two things we have to have when we're fishing. One, we've got to trigger the fish to bite. Two, first, let me go back to trigger. If we can learn to trigger a bite, meaning it's not just because the fish are feeding. Overall, we're going to catch more fish because the fish are not feeding 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They need to be triggered. Now, 2 is focus. We've got to be paying attention to what we're doing, meaning if we're trying different things to trigger the bite, we need to be aware of what it is we're doing different on each cast so that when we do trigger that bite, we know what it was to do. Now, how many times have you asked your buddy, what were you doing different? Well, I don't know. Well, you know, it's not just your buddy. It's a lot of us do that. Having a clear mind so that we can focus on what it is we're doing and going through the steps to try and figure out what to do to trigger the bite. Triggering the bite is the key to fishing success and catching more bass. Thanks for watching. Sean the Average Angler. We'll see you on the next one.